Thank you, Jyotirmoy, for bringing to the fore other aspects of the life. I mean, that we, in the last 3 days, we've charted one, which is that the many worlds that our friend Hani Babu and all of us live in. And I would, as a linguist, would like to emphasize that perhaps the linguist lives in the worlds where the which are the most complex of all, at least as what I've been calling the second wave generation of linguists, who have had not only to, who have wanted, rather, not had, who have wanted not only to look at questions of language as something which is in the mind, and with this incredible endowment, an innate endowment that gives us the ability to actually acquire any language in the world, and that if looked from the lens that Talma implicitly mentioned and mapped to the outside world, and David just spoke really about what was the inside the head. Languages which are not genetically related, which are not geographically contiguous, which have nothing to do with each other, look remarkably the same or remarkably different. The world outside the mind is one where languages are language names are masquerades, because what the innate endowment provides is is something which is within the reach of everybody. They're just depending on a very little bit of an exposure to primary linguistic data and the innate endowment of the species. But the worlds that languages live in are hierarchical, shot through with difference, with disadvantage, with inequality, along axes which are not only about just linguistic difference, but axes that come from society about um, uh, um, uh, caste, gender, class, identity. Today yesterday and today it's from the students, Hani's former students, where, we've heard um, um, expressions of how alienating and discriminatory the worlds that we have built can live in. Now, as for the second wave linguists, I think, for the linguist, it is not only then the world of the mind which has an attraction, because neither the kind of linguistics that you want to do, which describes language in society, nor the language in the mind, can possibly be done without at least attending and, as a human being, redressing the inequalities that are inherent, almost, or at least certainly endemic, to the existence of language and humans in society. Professor M.T. Hani Babu is human. And in the worlds that he lives in, as Rais has told us in so many words and over again, and as Jyotirmoy has told us, as I can tell you, as people who have known, and I'm sure all his colleagues, that helping each other to stand up to intellectually, both to be open your eyes and see that the categories that with the categories of your inquiry are actually incredibly messed up in the outside world, and that it is in your workplace and in your immediate environments that you must at least initiate the matter of redress, because everybody must have equal rights. For that, Hani Babu has been put in jail and unjustly charged. And but the questions that compel Hani are the questions that compel all of us who are friends of Hani Babu's panelists and attendees. And while like Grayson, he is removed from the question is not removed from him, and therefore has a permanent presence in our world. So, in my view, thank you so much, because for all of us, these who organize this conference, I think I speak on behalf of all of them, and all of us who have been hurt and wounded by Hani Babu's imprisonment and the fact that he has been so grossly mistreated by the state. The fact that these 3 days where we could, in the ways of in and manners of friendship, discuss some of the issues and the questions that we know continue to compel Hani Babu. We are confident, at least I am 100% confident, that one day, very soon, Hani Babu will be back to not being seen as the victim, but as somebody who is part of also a winged angel, but a winged angel of people who redress, not avenge. So if anybody else would like to say something from the audience, please take this opportunity now. And I'm sure other organizers would like to speak. But from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for being here in solidarity, in not in sympathy, because these questions will continue to live. Thank you. Would anybody else like to speak? Um,
Can I just say a word?
yeah,
It's small.
sorry, who? I'm sorry, I can't make out who it is.
Rice.
Please raise.
So Hanny and me in the last phase, so we were developing an idea that is tone, the tone of a person. Because in my research, I also found that the tone of a person also makes can be decided who he or she is. Because there is always a lower tone. For example, Dalits always speak a lower tone. There is a tone for any human being, and that minimum level also does not come to the mark of a Dalit. So this idea, me and Hani were trying to develop, and he was guiding me. Sadly, after he went into the prison, my academics life also gone garbage. Thank you.
Satya, would you like to say a final word? Ira, Geeta, anybody, Tanmoy? Kale. All right. So on this note, we will end the proceedings. And as we know, I put up in the chat, so you can have a quick look and see that we have a YouTube channel where all the talks will be up. Thank you.
Thank you.